And our top focus remains on what seems to be emerging as a very embarrassing playout between the government and the wrestlers, or at least between the top Wrestling Federation of India and the top wrestlers. A day after Bajrang Punia left his Padma Shri at the Kartavya Path footpath, now Padma Shri and Arjuna awardee Virendra Singh has said he will return his Padma Shri as well, in solidarity with Sakshi Malik, who was seen breaking down on Thursday in full public glare as she declared that she has quit wrestling. On a day, Wrestling Federation of India, India's top wrestling body, elected Sanjay Singh as a new president. But it was the outgoing sexual assault accused Brij Bhushan Singh, BJP MP, who was heavily garlanded amid sloganeering and full brazenness. In fact, in a sharp turn of events, sources at the Sports Ministry have hit back at the protesting wrestlers, who have been at the forefront of protests demanding action against Brij Bhushan. Sources have said the Sports Ministry spent over 66 lakh rupees this year alone on Sakshi Malik, Bajrang Punia and Vinesh Phogat, but got nothing in return. But according to the ministry, Vinesh Phogat did not participate in any trial or competition this year. Sakshi Malik, who made a devastating decision and hung up her wrestling boots a few days ago, reportedly did not participate in any competition or trial this year. Bajrang Punia, who was granted direct entry to the Asian Games and finished 5th, did not participate in any trial this year. But the big question is, if the Sports Ministry did have issues with these top wrestlers, why did they not raise these concerns before? Why did they not pull up these wrestlers before? Now, meanwhile, the outgoing or the former Wrestling Federation of India chief, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh, has distanced himself, or at least trying to distance himself from the protesting wrestlers. But his attitude and his brazenness seems to continue.
मैं पूरे देश के उन मतदाताओं का धन्यवाद देता हूं। ये ना किसी की हार है, ना किसी की जीत है। ये एक प्रक्रिया है, हर चार साल पर होती रहती है। मैं किसी के व्यक्तिगत ऊपर बोलने के लिए नहीं आया हूं। मैं और ना किसी के दया पर जीता हूं। ये मतदाताओं ने जिताया है और देश के पहलवानों ने जिताया है, और देश के पहलवानों को आश्वासन देना चाहता हूं कि जात के आधार पर, मजहब के आधार पर, प्रांत के आधार पर ना हमने कभी भेदभाव किया है, ना आने वाली फेडरेशन करेगी। कुश्ती को जो ग्रहण लगा था, उस काम को ये लोग जल्द से जल्द आगे बढ़ाएंगे।
I'm being joined right now by Dr. Sunita Godara, who's an Asian Marathon Champion 1992 winner, as well as Rakesh Singh, the coach, a General Secretary for the Haryana Wrestling Association. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us. May I go to you first, Dr. Sunita Godara. You just heard Brij Bhushan speak. There are at least few people who are coming out in the open and who are speaking out in favor of the protesting wrestlers. You have Punia, who's returned his Padma Shri. We've had Virendra Singh, who has said that he will return his Padma Shri. Amid a lot of muted responses or a larger sense of silence, there are some who are making these very strong statements days after you even saw Sakshi Malik break down. My question to you is this acceptable?
Not at all. Not at all. And secondly, what Brij Bhushan is saying, that Matadata ne diya vote. Sorry, federation elections are, the voters are only the associations. And when the state associations all are under him with his own people, naturally they are going to vote his aid only. So, saying this, that dabdaba hai, dabdaba rahega, or dabdaba tha, all these threatening calls, that these are not at all acceptable. Secondly, in retaliation or say in distress, whatever these stalwarts, these sports stars are doing, कहते हैं ना जब पानी सर से ऊपर उतर जाता है, तो what will they do? One is crying, hanging her boots. The other one is returning the award, which they get with lots of hard work, sweat. And secondly, what ministry is saying, that they have spent 66 lakhs on these athletes this year itself. sorry
I'll
to
get
say
back
this,
to that, ma'am.
that
I
the
have to ask you a
government
separate
or the
question on that.
federation,
I will get back to you on that particular angle, ma'am.
never
Allow me
see
to get a
any
quick
grassroots
comment from
level
our
when
second
they are
panelist also
working
who's
hard
present at this
to
point.
get these medals.
I will get back to you on that point, ma'am. Mr. Rakesh Singh, I have to ask you this question. We have been listening to Brij Bhushan, Sharan Singh speak. Now, the case is sub judice. He is an accused in this particular case. Whether he's going to be convicted or not, whether he has done it or not, is something for the courts to decide. But what is happening outside the courts, the way he's speaking, he's talking about dabdaba tha, dabdaba rahega. He's talking about the eclipse of 11 months has now moved away. Is this how an accused should be garlanded and welcomed by your fraternity?
देखिए, अभी ये जो पहलवान हमारे देश के लिए मेडल लेके आए और इन्होंने देश का नाम रोशन किया, सभी देशवासियों ने इस पलकों पे बिठाया, सिर पे बिठाया और इनको पूरा मान सम्मान हमारे हिंदुस्तान ने पूरे ने दिया। आज ये जो 11 महीने तक इन्होंने जो है नेताजी पे एलिगेशन भी लगाए, आज वो करे दबदबा था, दबदबा रहेगा। ठीक है, वो राजनीति की बात कर रहे हैं, 7 बार के सांसद हैं और इलेक्शन बहुत सुंदर तरीके से, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से हुआ
ठीक
और
नहीं
जिसमें
है
दोनों साइड से जो वोटिंग हुई,
ऐसे नहीं। व्हेन अ केस इज सब जुडिस सर, एक मर्यादा होती है बात करने की। अगर केस सब जुडिस है, केस का वर्डिक्ट बाहर आने दीजिए। केस में हम ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि उन्होंने गुनाह किया है, एलिगेशंस तो हैं, केस में तो कोर्ट के आगे केस तो है। एक मर्यादा होती है सर, उसकी पालन करना जरूरी है। क्या आप वो मानते हैं? क्या ब्रिज भूषण शरण सिंह ने वो मर्यादा पूरी की है?
देखिए, इलेक्शन की जो सारी प्रक्रिया पूरी की है और बहुत 11 महीने के वेट से, और आप
इलेक्शन के बारे में बात नहीं हो रही है सर।
नहीं, देखिए, वीडियोग्राफी के साथ वोटिंग हुई है। मिस्टर लोचब जी जो ज्वाइंट सेक्रेटरी बने हैं इनके,
इलेक्शन के बारे में बात ही नहीं हो रही है सर। इलेक्शन के बाद जो हुआ उसके बारे में बात हो रही है।
नहीं, इलेक्शन के बाद तो देखिए वो राजनीतिक है। मैं इस बारे में ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा। जो भी बयानबाजी हो रही है वो आप हटा के बात करिए। लेकिन जो पहलवान जो नाटक कर रहे हैं, जो कुश्ती में ग्रहण लगा रहे हैं, आज उनकी कुश्ती समाप्त हो चुकी है, लेकिन वो लोगों को क्या साबित करना चाहते हैं? अब उन्होंने कोर्ट में केस कर दिया, एफआईआर दर्ज होगी, मुकदमा कोर्ट के संज्ञान में है, उसका वेट करिए। अब यही जज बन जाएंगे, यही शिकायतकर्ता, यही पुलिस। अगर इन्होंने ही फैसला करना है,
ब्रिजभूषण शरण सिंह के लिए भी लागू होता है ना। लेट मी जस्ट गेट ओवर सर, आई गेट बैक टू यू। लेट मी आल्सो गेट डॉक्टर सुनीता गोदरा अगेन एट दिस पॉइंट। डॉक्टर सुनीता, excuse me, the central government or the sports ministry sources have said that 66 lakh rupees have been spent over these protesting wrestlers and they have given nothing in return. Now the problem is, you are also a marathon champion, you're an Asian marathon champion. If at all there was indiscipline on the parts of these wrestlers, if they were not doing their job sincerely, if they were meant to do trials and they were not doing, if they were not doing the job for which the investment on them was being done, why did the government tolerate it this long?
First of all, whatever they have spent, that is, that is athlete's right when he or she getting Olympic medal. So they have not done any favors to these athletes. They are Olympic medalists, and this sports ministry or the government is bound to spend that much money, which is very little to the Olympic medalists. So when they are working hard from childhood, that time nobody takes care, neither federation nor the government. They only take care of the athletes when they become the medal winners. Secondly, they don't have their house in place, They have not taken any action because they have set aside one corner very clean, that is doping menace. With WADA's rules, they open up NADA, then now it is Act also, Anti-Doping Act, which why they did it? Because the federations and other bodies were not punishing the dopers. Same way, if they would have in place, they would have got this ethics commission in place, which they don't have. They signed chartered long back, decades back. They have signed Olympic charter that we will have ethics commission, which will be a redressal system for any athlete, any official, any small person who is working in the sports arena.
Is that functioning?
In distress. But they don't have that. Whereas a sports minister himself in 2016, when he was an MP, he made a presentation that we should have ethics commission in sports, and it is like a tribunal court, and we can punish the person who is doing misconduct. What they have done with the person Brij Bhushan when he was doing professional misconduct. First of all, secondly, others also.
All right, Rakesh Singh, Mr.
sports,
Rakesh Singh, if I can get you in to respond to this, Mr. Rakesh Singh. Mr. Rakesh Singh, आपने अभी बोला कोचेस अब जो रेसलर्स कर रहे हैं वो तमाशा है. You have called what they are doing as a drama. It is for the first time in India that the whole country is watching. These allegations have come out to the fore. Again, I'm maintaining, I'm not taking any sides here. Whether the allegations are right or wrong is sub judice. That is for the court to respond. My question to you again is, where should the wrestlers go when there is not even an ethics committee that was promised to the wrestling federation, to the wrestling world, to the sports world several years ago?
देखिए मैडम गोदारा से कई बार आपके सामने बात हुई है, और ये जो साक्षी मलिक बोल रही है, ये 12 साल पहले का इंसिडेंट इसे लेके आई, और विनेश जो है वो 10 साल पहले का लेके आई. बजरंग पूनिया जो सुनीता के पति हैं, वो बजरंग पूनिया का आप 1 साल का पहले का वीडियो उठा लो. उसने कहा कि नेताजी जैसी कुश्ती कोई करा नहीं सकता, कुश्ती को हाइट पे लेके चले गए. जब इन्होंने कहा कि हम तो बगैर ट्रायल जाएंगे,
ठीक है सर, नेताजी जैसी कुश्ती कोई करा नहीं सकता, ठीक है, उसमें गलत क्या है? Just because he is making a sexual, there are allegations that are against the Brij Bhushan, it doesn't mean that Brij Bhushan is not competent. He may be competent. Sir, these are two different things. एक बार तारीफ कर दी इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि गलती नहीं हुई होगी. दो अलग अलग चीजें, उनको कंबाइन ना कीजिए.
तो 12 साल तक इनका शोषण होता रहा, ये शोषण झेलते रहे. उसके बाद 1000 लड़कियों पे इन्होंने एलिगेशन लगा दिया. ये कहाँ की जाती है? ये तो एक आदमी को मारने का काम इन्होंने किया.
आप देख लीजिए, आप
नहीं, यही देश का ही कानून है हमारे का.
हमारे please go through the laws of this country. It is not particularly when it comes to sexual assault, rape and several such cases. उसी समय this should come out is not the case. Most of the cases don't come out, and particularly when it is a male-dominated field. राकेश सर, आप तो खुद कोच हैं, आपको तो अच्छे से पता होगा कितना मुश्किल है आके कुछ भी बोलना.
शोषण हो रहा है, तब इनको पैसे अच्छे लगते थे, तब इनको अपना मान सम्मान अच्छा लगता था.
12 साल पहले की स्टैंडिंग भी नहीं थी सर. But I am maintaining it again, sir. We are derailing our discussion. ये एलिगेशंस करेक्ट हैं कि नहीं, वो चर्चा नहीं हो रही है यहाँ पे. वो चर्चा कोर्ट में होगी सर. एलिगेशंस करेक्ट हैं कि नहीं, वो चर्चा यहाँ पे नहीं हो रही है. चर्चा ये हो रही है कि इलेक्शंस के बाद WFI में जो हो रहा है वो सही है कि नहीं.
देखिए, WFI में 11 महीने से कुछ नहीं किया. सारा जो है एडॉक कमेटी कर रही थी और स्पोर्ट्स मंत्रालय की देखरेख में हो रहा था. अभी तुरंत जो उन्होंने एक्शन लिया, हमारे जूनियर बच्चों का जो 24 जिस दिन भी साल लगेगा, हमारे बच्चों का 1 साल खराब हो जाएगा. नेशनल कराने की प्रक्रिया शुरू कर दी, सीनियर नेशनल की डेट निर्धारित कर दी. देखिए, स्पोर्ट्समैन को जब खेल नहीं मिलेगा तो वो परफॉर्मेंस कैसे दिखाएगा? वो हमारे मेडल नहीं लेके आएंगे जब तक कंपटीशन नहीं मिलेगा. और ये बजरंग पूनिया, ये इसके खिलाफ धरना प्रदर्शन 1 महीना पहले हो रहे थे. इसने जो है काली रमन को नहीं जाने दिया. ये बगैर ट्रायल दिए ये गया और ये खाली हाथ लौट के आया. और उसकी साली ने
ये बगैर ट्रायल दिए. नो मिस्टर राकेश, यू कांट स्पीक लाइक दिस. मिस्टर राकेश, गवर्नमेंट ने उनको बिना ट्रायल जाने दिया. वो अपने आप से बिना ट्रायल नहीं जा सकते हैं. गवर्नमेंट ने उनको बिना ट्रायल जाने दिया. आप ये कैसे बोल सकते हैं कि उनको वहीं पे रोकना चाहिए था? उनको डिसिप्लिनरी ग्राउंड्स पे रोकना चाहिए था. गवर्नमेंट बोलना चाहिए था आप ट्रायल नहीं दे रहे, आप जा नहीं सकते, कॉम्पिटेंसी खराब है.
देखिए, लोग कोर्ट में भी गए, कोर्ट में भी सुनी नहीं, उसको भेज दिया और वो खाली हाथ लौट के आ गया. क्योंकि जो धरना प्रदर्शन करेगा वो पहलवानी नहीं कर सकता. ये तो राजनीति कर रहे हैं, ये तो कांग्रेस के मोहरे हैं. कांग्रेस इनको इस्तेमाल कर रही है, इनको मालूम नहीं है.
डॉक्टर सुनीता, a coach here is saying there is a drama by these wrestlers.
See,
those who are protesting cannot do wrestling, which is the truth. If you are going to be protesting, you can't really focus on what you're meant to do. But
yes, you are right.
Why the wrestlers have been saying they have been pushed to this?
You are right. You are right. Because, this condition wouldn't have come if Sports Ministry has an ethics commission And these athletes are supposed to go first. All the athletes, all the officials, whosoever has any problem, any distress, they are supposed to go to Ethics Commission first. But where do they go? There is no redressal system in the sports ministry. There is no redressal system in the Indian Olympic Association. All the federations are under Indian Olympic Association. What are they doing? What their sexual harassment committees, have they given this awareness to everyone that yes, we have sexual harassment committee and anybody who is having problem can come? Or not even sexual harassment, mental harassment, verbal harassment, any kind of harassment. There has to be redressal system in the sports system, which we are lacking here in India. Whereas all other 25 to 30 countries, they are following the rules 40 years back if anything happened. And there are, evidences that the person got 160 years of jail of sexual harassment. And that case came out decade after decade, So
Right.
saying this, that they were sleeping that time or they were enjoying their medals or whatever, one person who is in sports, he is so scared of these type of goons that they don't speak out unless they are medal winners. And once they get that status, then they can speak out. And then also,
right.
there is price to be paid to be rebellion, which these athletes are paying. One is crying, one is just surrendering the medal. So this is all, you want to speak out something against the system or against the federation, you have to pay the price. And I know this very well. And this is happening with these athletes.
Dr. Sunita Godara, thank you very much, as well as Mr. Rakesh Singh.
BJP is not
Thank you very much, both of you, for joining us with your very important remarks at this. Again, I want to tell our viewers, we are not going into the merit of the case. We are not saying who is right and who is wrong, whether Brij Bhushan is a convict or not, whether he's done it or not, whether the wrestlers are right or wrong. What we are saying is, Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh is an accused in this case. And after his loyalist Sanjay Singh won the WFI elections, the garlands were on the neck of Brij Bhushan Singh. The brazenness was in the speech of Brij Bhushan Singh. Is that correct in today's India, in the sports world? That is the question that the government and the Wrestling Federation of India will need to answer. Thank you very much for joining us.